Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. Season greetings to all my YouTube family and friends out there. Today's video we are going to be recapping on the most impressive perfume releases of 2023 by my account. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys my top 18 perfume releases for this year that spoke to me, that obviously, I felt was an absolute love, that I felt the need to add to my perfume collection because I found them to be quite impressive. And upon blind buying them, they were most definitely successful blind buys, and they were highlights that I captured for this year. So if you guys are interested in seeing my top 18 perfume releases / discoveries of 2023, then please, by all means, keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please do hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous love and support. Before we get into the video, I just want to say, if you guys are new here and you guys are enjoying my content, you love my videos and all that good stuff, you guys love talking about fragrances, love smelling good, exploring different fragrances from different brands, and a little bit of shopping vlogs. If you guys like this kind of thing, then please do hit that subscribe button. I have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. So please do support me in my end of year goal, you guys. We are a little bit off, but so let's just keep the hope. Nonetheless, you guys, please do hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying my content, if you guys are having fun. If you guys, like this kind of thing, please do show YouTube that you guys are most definitely enjoying my content. So let's just get into it. Now, these fragrances are not all going to be fall and winter fragrances because I'm giving you guys all my discoveries for an entire year that I can recall to the best of my knowledge, okay? So we're going to take it all the way back, all the highlights for the entire year that I most definitely felt were absolute bangers, that were successful blind buys, that were absolute loves, and I'm going to try and make it nice and sniffy, okay? So let's get into fragrance number 1. So to my knowledge, the first love, or the first new release that I fell in love with for 2023, Blush by Carolina Herrera, you guys. And I remember seeing this bottle and I thought to myself, pastel pink, that's just going to be a light floral scent, nothing impressive, okay? And when I smelled this perfume, I was so in love, you guys. This is a beautiful, invigorating, aromatic bergamot with some citrusy, musky, powdery touches, in my opinion. Okay, some musk, and I actually think that there's some vanilla in here. So I don't get a lot of sweetness from this perfume. Instead, I just get a very slightly aromatic, invigorating, fresh, powdery, pretty girl fragrance with slight resemblance of the Carolina Herrera, the Very Good Girl. I love this perfume, you guys. It was love at first sniff, and I just had to add it to my perfume collection. This is a pretty girl fragrance. This perfume, I took it with me on my summer vacation this year, and I thoroughly enjoy, you can't really see the dent. I thoroughly enjoy wearing this beautiful fragrance, you guys. So for me, for 2023, Carolina Herrera Blush was one of my highlights. And I don't think a lot of people viewed it as a highlight, but for me, it most definitely was because I like fresh, pretty girl, citrusy, airy scents. So Carolina Herrera Blush was definitely one of the highlights for me in 2023. Next up, I have a fragrance that I actually lost, and it pains me to actually talk about it because, I took this fragrance with me on my summer vacation, and I left it in a hotel. I don't want to even go into it because I'm annoyed a little bit. It is what it is. I lost the fragrance as opposed to, you guys know that on this channel, I don't like using travel sprays, okay? So, yeah, okay? The fragrance I'm telling you guys about is Ingenious Ginger. Yes, you guys. I bought it, and within a month, I lost it. Ingenious Ginger was a beautiful, fresh, ginger floral fragrance that was invigorating. It was slight spicy, but it was more refreshing than anything else. It was bright, light, very uplifting, very pretty fragrance, light sweetness to it. It was a beautiful fragrance that I got me some compliments while I was at the hotel. I remember this lady asking me, oh my God, what are you wearing? I was like, I'm wearing Ingenious Ginger. It's a ginger fragrance. She was like, oh my God, you smell so good. And I didn't realize that I left the fragrance. I'd like to tell myself that somebody went into my hotel and got themselves that bottle of a perfume, but obviously that's probably not the case, right? But Ingenious Ginger was a beautiful release by Goldfield and Banks, and I love the fragrance. I grabbed it immediately because you guys know Goldfield and Banks is one of those brands that I fell in love with. I fell in love with the entire range, and I really want to get some more fragrances for the brand. I have 4. I would have had 5 had I not lost my perfume, but Ingenious Ginger was definitely a very beautiful offering from the range. So yeah, I would definitely class that fragrance as one of my best perfume discoveries, my best purchases of 2023, and it was definitely a successful blind and perfume release from Goldfield and Banks. Let's move on to the next. A next perfume release that I absolutely fell in love with. Like, I bought it like, I mean, I went shopping. You guys probably would have seen, no, you probably didn't see it. I went shopping, you know, just, you know, my usual, you know, browsing about the perfume store. And I smelled the fragrance. I knew it was a new release, obviously. And I smelled it and I was like, I bought it immediately, you guys. You guys know, I usually, well, you probably don't know, I usually, when I want to buy a fragrance, I do my research and, you know, I just hunt it down before I buy it. But when I smell this perfume, I was like, oh my God. And the fragrance I'm telling you guys about is Blue Moon by Kilian. This is the Blue Moon Ginger Dash that was released during the summertime. Now, there was not a very big buzz around this perfume, and I don't really care because this is a banger to me. I took this on my summer vacation with me. This is a musky, citrusy, refreshing, slightly gingerish fragrance. Now, you don't really get the ginger much. Instead, the fragrance just smells very refreshing. You get like a slight lemony note in here, but you get the musk. It smells aquatic, refreshing. It smells like holiday. It smells like vacation. It smells like you're on, you know, on a boat, you know, fresh air, and, you know, inhaling like the scent of the ocean. It smells like a very refreshing, beautiful fragrance, you guys, and I was in love. This fragrance is just like, I don't know, I just love these refreshing, you know, clean smelling fragrances, in my opinion. I love this perfume. Of course, it has some vodka in it. Slight boozy touches to it. I would say very, very slight. It's more on a clean ozone. It's more a feel than anything else. This is just a vibe. You know, Kilian for me is a vibe. You guys already know that. Any fragrance that Kilian drops in this bottle, it's mine. And that's just how it goes. But for me, Blue Moon Ginger Dash was definitely a spectacular release for me for 2023. So, next up, we had Yum Pistachio by Kayali, you guys. A sensational release from the brand. A beautiful, intoxicating pistachio fragrance with the essence of marshmallow. There's some rum. There's some whipped cream, cotton candy, sweet vanilla-ness inside of here. So everything nice, like with sugar and spice. Let me tell you guys, okay? I love this perfume. I think this is a very intoxicating scent, okay? A beautiful, scrumptious release from the brand that I love. I mean, again, you know, with Kylie fragrances, there's always some controversy. There's always, you know, a toss surrounding the brand or whatever. I don't really care. This perfume smells yummy. It smells delicious. It smells delectable. And this is definitely one of the highlights from Kayali for me. I haven't smelled the newest one, obviously, but I would say that this one, out of all the ones that I've smelled for this year, this was my favorite scent. This scent profile was my favorite scent. So Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato was definitely a highlight for me in 2023. I would not want to do without this fragrance in my perfume collection. So this is Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. And of course, then we had the Velvet Santal and we had the Silk Santal and the Velvet Santal from the Kayali Wedding Collection. And I love both of them. You guys know, right? I love me some Kylie fragrances, okay? And yeah, you had to know that Kylie fragrances were going to be on this list. This one here, so, is the female version. Of course, it has some champagne, some nectarine. There is a sandalwood, of course. It's a beautiful fragrance that smells like a beautiful, it smells like a beautiful flower. I mean, I don't get a lot of champagne, but it's a beautiful smelling fragrance. There's some sugar musk as well, some sugar vanilla. There's some musk in here, so beautiful fragrance that it smells really elegant. It smells like an extremely beautiful bride, you know, that kind of way, not a flat boring bride. It smells like a beautiful elegant bride, you guys, that just looked her absolute best on her wedding day. I love this perfume and I find it to be very intoxicating, you guys. So the Wedding Silk Santal was definitely a highlight for me for this year, because this scent, every time I smell it, I just like, I fall more and more in love with this perfume. So the Wedding Silk Santal definitely was a highlight for me. What was even more highlight was the Velvet Santal, and this one here also has jasmine, a tea note, and it has in, of course, a sandalwood note. You get the essence of the tea note in here, so but the tea note is like not what you would expect. I mean, who would have thought that you would enjoy a tea note in a fragrance? I didn't anticipate that, but this fragrance, this note mixing with the jasmine absolute and the sandalwood, it has the most intoxicating, sexy scent in my opinion. I love this one more than this one. This one just hits a little different, and it's like, you know, it's like a unisex scent in my opinion, despite the fact that it's in like in a matte black bottle. These two fragrances were absolute scrumptious releases for 2023 that I obviously loved, so hence why they're on this list. So this is Kayali's Wedding Silk Santal and the Velvet Santal. They definitely impressed me this year. The next most impressive release of 2023 was Sugar Leather by Nuit Nomade. Now, I don't have a full bottle of this fragrance just yet, okay, but most definitely I will be getting a full bottle. But I had the Discovery set, as you guys probably would have seen, and I was personally overwhelmed because like this is a really nice brand, and there were so many fragrances from this brand that I wanted to get. I didn't know where to begin, so it kind of like overwhelmed me, I would definitely say. But Sugar Leather is an absolute banger. Like, I just completely went crazy when I smelled this particular scent. The Sugar Leather is a spicy, sweet, a little bit boozy cinnamon fragrance with the essence of, there's some caramel, there's a very prominent note of labdanum in this scent in my opinion. People get the leather, you do get somewhat of the leather car, but this is not a very heavy, a prominent, a strong leather. It's just like a leather car to it that gives this fragrance a bit of an edgy feel to it in my opinion. But this is like a fall and winter sensation in my opinion, with that cinnamon in the top note mixed with the labdanum. Okay, beautiful fragrance, you guys. As a matter of fact, this entire brand has a lot of gems, you guys. I love this perfume, you guys. So Sugar Leather from Nuit Nomade, I would say, I don't want to say it's the best because this brand has a lot of offerings, a lot of beautiful, spectacular offerings from it. But this one right here blew me all the way, you guys. Definitely one of the most impressive fragrances I've smelled for 2023. Next up, we have Valentino's Born in Roma Intense, you guys. And this one, I didn't actually snag it like immediately. I grabbed it afterwards. So this is a recent addition to my perfume collection. And when I behold this beautiful scent, you guys, I was in love. This is a beautiful, sweet, almost sexy bourbon vanilla fragrance. It's a bit ambery. There's some sweetness on the benzoin in the base. It comes off like a little bit creamy. It's a creamy, clean, sweet, sexy scent. It's like a lotion that you wear. It's like smelling somebody, like a really sexy woman sitting next to you that's wearing something with some cleavage, and she has this like really alluring scent, but not like an overly perfumey scent, like a lotion, like a beautiful skin scent in a way, even though it has more protection than a skin scent. But it smells like lotion. It smells like well lotion, sweet smelling scent of a very sexy woman, you guys. Valentino Born in Roma Intense is an absolute banger for me. This is definitely a highlight of 2023, and I think that Valentino did the original Born in Roma justice with this fragrance. Not sure it's an intense, but we are happy to have it. Well, I am happy to have it nonetheless. So Valentino Born in Roma Intense is definitely a highlight for me of 2023. And then, of course, we had Valentino Born in Roma Pink PP, you guys. And this took the internet by storm. Maybe it was a bright hot pink bottle, but who cares? This fragrance is a beautiful white floral, soapy, almost clean, sweet, powdery, bourbon vanilla fragrance, okay? With the essence of orange blossom. Very strong, intoxicating orange blossom note in here. So that I don't find it to be simplistic because the perfume has a really nice scent to it. The florals, the way the florals are done in here, it's quite pretty. I do find this to be a very beautiful fragrance. And the wearing experience is much more nicer than when you smell it at the cap. That bourbon vanilla and orange blossom drying down on the skin, or when you smell it the next day on the outfit that you wore previously with the scent on it, is the most glorious scent ever, you guys. Valentino Pink PP. I love this perfume. I think it's a beautiful fragrance, and above all, the wearing experience is the most beautiful part of this perfume, you guys. So Valentino Born in Roma Pink PP was definitely a highlight for me in 2023. Another fragrance that was a highlight for me was Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana. Now, you guys would have recalled when I smelled this fragrance, it was a like, not a love, okay? That has changed. That has changed because I feel like I have become acquainted with the scent profile. I found it to be very challenging and different, okay? And when I smelled it, it did not blow me away. It was like, what the hell is this supposed to be, right? But now I understand the fragrance. Not only do I understand the fragrance, this perfume has, of course, a candied, citrusy lemon opening with a very creamy ambery vanilla base. It's extremely vanillic in the base, so it kind of like, it after the fragrance settles in, it balances out like that, you know, very like lemon essence, because it's not often that you come across a candied lemon and vanilla fragrance, you know, the kind of way. It's like a sour sweet vibe in the opening, and then it goes into a very creamy, sweet, warm, vanillic essence, and that's what I find to be most intoxicating. The dry down as well. It is warm, cozy, a beautiful experience in my opinion, and it's all in the dry down. The opening was like, ooh, I don't know. And then the blend isn't the best in this one. The blend is definitely wasn't the best. It is coming to me, but when you spray this fragrance on you and you catch whiffs of it while you're wearing it, you just fall more and more in love with this perfume. So for me, you guys, it's all in the vanillic base of this fragrance. This isn't a scrumptious smelling fragrance, you guys, I'm not going to lie. The experience of this fragrance is quite a beautiful one, so I would definitely say this is a highlight for me of 2023. Next up, we have a fragrance that I started off the fall season raving about, and I almost forgot this fragrance on this list. I don't even know how, and that's because I told myself to put it down because I was talking about it too much. And I'm talking about Billie Eilish No. 2. You guys know when I smell this perfume, whew, it was so good. It was so good. A beautiful, spicy, warm, ebony wood, you know, Palo Santo fragrance. And when you say ebony wood, I don't know, right? You know, like dark and lovely, like that kind of dark and lovely vibe, like a beautiful ebony cream. Like in the Caribbean, we have some creams like with like shea butters and those kind of creams where you use a lot of natural oils. This fragrance has a slight essence of it, and it gives you that like very warm vibe to it, in my opinion, amongst other things, you guys. I love this perfume. The projection of this fragrance is like heaven to me, okay? Absolutely heavenly to me, you guys. Love this perfume. I actually think it's backup button worthy, but Billie Eilish No. 2 was definitely a highlight, okay? I was late to, you know, exploring the original Billie Eilish, but I went to the perfume store and I smelled a couple fragrances, and this baby right here stayed on my mind. So Billie Eilish No. 2, this is definitely a highlight for me of 2023. Next up, YSL Lapso. YSL leave the Lapso Platine. Why in God's name did they name this fragrance like that? Okay, don't bother to answer me. This was a highlight for me, you guys. You guys know how I feel about the original Lieb, okay? I didn't opt to get the Intense, I didn't opt to get the Le Parfum because I felt it was too close to the Intense, and I already have the Intense. But this one, they gave us something different. Not only did they give us something different, this bottle was so immaculate. I just knew that I had to have it on my shelf. So initially, based on the reviews, I was like, I don't think I need this fragrance in my collection, okay? And I just decided, well, I want this bottle in my collection, period. And when I behold the scent, I was pleasantly surprised. This is a beautiful white floral aldehydic lavender forward fragrance with the essence of the original YSL Lieb DNA. Now, if you were ever afraid of lavender, I think this fragrance probably cured you, because this perfume is such a beautiful, intoxicating white floral fragrance. The lavender note is very, very pleasant in my opinion, and you probably didn't know that you would enjoy lavender and white florals in such a way. Also, you get the aldehydic vibe in here, so which I find to be very, and I love it. I find it to be very, not intoxicating, because then that would imply that it's sexy and it takes your breath away. It doesn't really take your breath away, but it is most definitely a beautiful combination in my opinion. And the YSL Lieb, the Lapso Sublime, for me is Adriana DC approved. I think that YSL did the original Lieb DNA justice with this particular scent, you guys. I am in love with this perfume, and I'm really happy that I added it to my perfume collection. So this is YSL Lieb, the Lapso Platine. Next up, we have a fragrance that I only have one of from this particular range or particular brand, and I'm talking about Cherry Ambition, the 7 Virtues. You guys, this bottle has been haunting me, okay? Like the 7 Virtues, like I've been exploring, you know, a lot of different fragrances, and I'm seeing people waving around Vanilla Woods, like Vanilla Woods, and I'm like, you know what, I need to try this brand, okay? And it just so happened that the brand had a new release, which took, you know, Vanilla Woods out of my mind, but it's still on my radar. And I decided to blind buy this scrumptious smelling fragrance, and I was not disappointed. This is a spicy, you know, I want to say it's like a fresh realistic cherry essence, a sweet fresh realistic cherry essence mixed with some saffron, marshmallow, amber, and there's like a woody note in the base. The combination of the cherry with the saffron is the most intoxicating part of this perfume. This perfume on a whole just has a really beautiful scent profile, a nice, like, this is a fragrance that, you know, it's not a harsh opening, but when you smell it, it just kind of hits you, it grabs you. It's very intoxicating from the initial spray, you guys. Cherry Ambition was an absolute hit. It's like a dark red cherry essence. I love this particular perfume, you guys. So Cherry Ambition by the 7 Virtues was definitely one of the highlights for 2023 for me. Next up, we have Caramel Oud by Theodoris Kalotinis. And this is the first and only fragrance that I have from this brand. And this fragrance, of course, again, this is another brand that was on my radar that I wanted to explore, and I wanted to start off at Coffee Addict, okay? But then I went on and I saw Velvet Chocolate, and then I say Lemon Tart, and then all of a sudden there was Caramel Oud, and I was like, ooh, let's get that one. So I dived into this brand with the most newest release, and I was not disappointed. This is a sticky sweet caramel toffee essence fragrance with the essence of with a oudy base, okay? This is caramel oud, and I think there's some saffron in here so as well. It's a sticky toffee fragrance. Now, I don't have any, like, a lot of fragrances with toffee. I think I probably have 2 fragrances with toffee. But in this one, it's the most prominent. Obviously, there's a toffee essence, but it comes off a little bit buttery. It's creamy. It's sweet. And it's quite a simplistic, like, I want to say it's simplistic, almost linear, but it's intoxicating. You know, that kind of way. The note structure is just so intoxicating, in my opinion. So, Caramel Oud, definitely a highlight for me. I need to, like, I bought it. I really need to, like, play with this fragrance a lot more throughout the winter season. This is an absolute beautiful fragrance from Theodoris Kalotinis, and I intend to dive further into this beautiful brand, you guys. So Caramel Oud was definitely a highlight for me of 2023. Next up, we have the Cherry Punk, the Extrait, the Parfum. And this is like one of the newest, I think, yeah, this is the newest addition to my perfume collection. And I was in heaven, you guys. This is a rich, thick, juicy cherry fragrance with the essence of saffron. And in the base, somewhat of an incensey, leathery base. Very interesting. Not a very linear fragrance at all. Multi-dimensional perfume. And it's a very bright, like, it has a lot of presence. I love this, that this fragrance has a lot of presence. It's a beautiful smelling fragrance. We do have a lot of cherry offerings, okay, but this one definitely stands out. Not that the others don't stand out, but because this one goes with the leather in the leathery direction, it kind of gives us a little bit something different, in my opinion. And then the bright opening is really captivating, in my opinion. Cherry Punk Extrait de Parfum, definitely a highlight. Not only a highlight, it intrigues me, this particular brand. So now I want to dive a little bit further into this brand, and I want to smell the original, even though it's alleged that it's quite similar. But Cherry Punk Extrait de Parfum, definitely a highlight for me of 2023. Next up, we have Dora's Mallow, and you probably, like, you've seen this on my channel like the umpteenth time, and that is because if I ranked these fragrances, this would have been the number, I want to say, like, number 1. Like, when I smelled this fragrance, when I smelled this perfume, this was the number 1 most intoxicating, impressive new perfume release of 2023. And you know what? It's still, I would still give it number 1. Like, this is the best. This is like the most impressive scent I've smelled for the year. Like, this perfume blew me away. I love this particular perfume. Love this fragrance, you guys. This is like a, long story short, a powdery, somewhat candied marshmallow fragrance with the essence. There is some violets in here, so, and you do get the violets, like when you know, when the fragrance settles down, you get a little bit of the violet essence, but it's violets done in a very different way, in my opinion. And you have the almond, the heliotrope in the heart, which gives the fragrance a very powdery essence, beautiful powdery sweet fragrance that projects like crazy. Long lasting, a lot of presence, scrumptious, wears very light, very exciting smelling fragrance in my opinion. When I sprayed it, I was like, ooh, oh my god, I love this perfume. So Mallow by Dora, definitely I'm gonna leave it as a number one. This is my number one most spectacular discovery of 2023, my most spectacular release, you guys. So this is Mallow by Dora. Next up we have, of course, Jany, you guys. And Jany is good. Jany is nice. It's a banger. But my mind, I keep on leaning more towards Mallow. But Jany is an absolute banger. A very scrumptious release. I would place this one in second place. Had I ranked these fragrances, had I ranked these new releases, this one would rank in second place. Beautiful, scrumptious, intoxicating, pie-like, pastry-like, cinnamon, apple, pastry, peach, apricot, cinnamon, sweet, intoxicating scent, okay? All the above. Beautiful fragrance, okay? A gourmand dream, yes, but it's like a very interesting concoction, you know? This captures the essence, the scent of waking up to these pastries being baked in the oven, in the kitchen, the beautiful aromas, you know, that you wake up to. Beautiful fragrance from the brand, you guys. Lovely. These, I would say, these two newest release are the ultimate fragrances, the bestest fragrances from Dora in my opinion, and they are two of the bestest discoveries, the best new releases of 2023 thus far for me that I have tried. So this is a Jany by Dora. And last but by no means least, we have the ever so popular, intoxicating, exciting Khamrah QAHWA, and this fragrance actually would place number 3. I literally gave you guys my top 3 best perfume releases of 2023 at the end of this video. Khamrah QAHWA is definitely one of the best. Like, oh my god, this is so good. If it wasn't that I already have Khamrah and it smells identical, like almost not identical, it smells very close to it with slight, you know, variations to it, then it probably would have been like the best. And if it added more coffee, oh my god, there was nothing gonna be stopping this perfume. But I'm gonna place it at a beautiful number 3 spot for the difference in, you know, the offering. This has in some ginger, cardamom, cinnamon, you know, it still has in some praline, some coffee, vanilla, and tonka bean. Creamy, you know, intoxicating offering from Lattafa. Very similar to the original, but it has somewhat of like a milky touch to it, a milky, creamy, warm, cozy feel to it, almost lactonic. Okay, it's not as bright as the original, but boy, oh boy, is it an absolutely beautiful smelling fragrance. This is a fall and winter scent. Obviously, the other one you can wear it all year round, but this is a beautiful, beautiful release from Lattafa, and they did the original Khamrah justice, you guys. So this is what my number 3 best perfume release of 2023. All right, and there you have it, you guys. These are my top 18 best perfume releases of 2023. There have been maybe 100 new releases for 2023. They did not play with us this year, you guys. I have a few samples here so that I probably could have like discussed with you guys. They gave us about 100 new releases for 2023, you guys. Like, I ain't even lying. They gave us release after release after release after release, and I couldn't catch up. So I'm still playing catch up, you guys. But of the releases that I managed to capture, you guys, these are my absolute favorites, okay? My bestest discoveries, most spectacular discoveries that I have made for 2023. Well, let me not say discoveries. These are the most spectacular new perfume releases. I ought to give you guys another video with my best discoveries. Like, I have some fragrances that weren't new releases, but they were beautiful discoveries. And I think I should definitely give you that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some of your, you know, most impressive perfume release of 2023. Let me know what fragrances really captured your, you know, your mind, your love, you know, your interest. And let me know what was a highlight for you guys in 2023. As for me, here it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If in fact you did, give me a very big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. Let the algorithm know that you guys are in love with your girl. You're in love with my content. You're loving the vibe here on my channel. So of course we can grow on YouTube and we can grow together. So please hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous love and support. Until next time, see you guys in my very next video. Bye.